Alright, YouTube. It's nice to be home. I've been on the road for about 2 days now and just got back in. Had very limited time to actually make any trades or watch the market on Monday and for today, but I did take a couple of trades and ended up closing them by the end of the day for some gains, so that was good. But the reason why I did that is because right now our trend is is bad. It's we're just chopping around and grinding people up, and so for those of you who are trading the chop here, I mean, I sure hope you're taking your profits quickly and you're cutting your losers just as fast because this is ugly. For the last 9 days, if we look at the Dow here, let's just focus in on this area right here on the Dow. Okay, you can see right here we haven't gotten outside of this candle right here, and so for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, we've just been going sideways. Down day, up day, down day, up day, up day, inside day, down day, up day, and today we closed with a doji. And if you're trading options within this mess right here, you're losing a lot of money, especially if you're buying weeklies or 0 days, like some of you do. So just keep that in mind, that right now in the Dow, it's ugly. And you can see right here on the weekly, if we zoom this in right here too, that we have done nothing but inside, tried to go up, we came back down to the inside, and now we tried to go up and we pulled back down again. Monthly, same thing. We went inside and we're still trying to go up, and we're halfway through the month. But we'll see what happens with the Dow. With the IWM, you can see we had this great run. I'm going to draw this here for those of you who are new. And you can see how we had this great run. We pulled back and then we ran again. We pulled back and we ran again. And now we're pulling back and then trying to go back up. The question is, will we get above this 10-day moving average? And for those of you who have been following me and have been working with me as well, you know I like to trade around the 10-day moving average. And basically, just to sum this up, let me see if I can drill into here. For me, when I take a trade, I want to know that the SPY or the indexes, that we're in an uptrend and that we're breaking out. And so for me, back here, when we got above the 10 this second day, that's where I put support. But that's me. And then wherever we went to the highest point above the 10, this is your previous high. And so when things start to get a little sketchy, I'll wait for the pullback, and then I'll trade it back up to the previous high, and then I'll get out. If we continue to go off the 10 like we did here on IWN, then I'll look to enter long again for some trades and then just let it run. And you can see eventually, after we have this nice run, we're going to pull back. And here we pull back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. But the nice thing about it is that this is the previous high, and you can see that we're still bouncing off of this area right here. And today we almost got above the 10, and then we pulled back on the IWM. The Qs, same story, right? We got here, we ran all the way up, we pulled back, and now we're trying to bounce. And I should probably change the color of this one. We're trying to bounce right here off the previous high and go back up. The question is, do we have enough to get back up into this area right here and take out this 316.68? hard to say. Hard to say. That's what I'm looking for with the SPY. Nice thing about it is that we do have 1 day above the 10-day. That doesn't mean that tomorrow we can't go right back down. And I've seen that happen several times where we'll get a cross, back up, only to go back down. Like here, this was a good day where we went up, and then 2 days later, we just went right back down. Same here, gapped up, and then we went right back down. That doesn't mean that we can't do that here as well. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe we continue to run to these levels right here. So definitely watching the cues. I do like the pullback here. We just need the market to cooperate. The SPY, same thing. We had this huge run. We pulled back, and now we're trying to go up higher. For those of you who do support and resistance like I do, that's your previous high. Actually, that's your previous high. So we're just chopping in that area right there. And then, of course, these would be your next targets. And hopefully we can get up there. But you can see right all the way back here, we never got there. This was previous high, and we just sold off. Previous high up here, sold off. And we just keep going lower. So we'll bounce for a while, and then we just sell right off. That in itself is pretty bearish, in my opinion. You can see here on the week too on the SPY, we're inside. This kind of crap right here, I know guys who will just take a week off and walk away from all this, because all you're doing is getting chopped up through here just like that. I mean, even on the SPY you can see that. It's pretty ugly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days again for that. So with that said, that's how I use the 10, and that's how I trade around it. Use it however you want. Just a way, not the way. So let's take a look at an old watch list here that I had put out on, I believe, the 7th. It was labeled 2/4, but I think the video was from 2/7. And you're going to see this action play out quite a bit. You can see Apple, 7 days ago, just chopping sideways, right? Apple actually looks pretty good, but for me, this thing has been on a tear, 26 days up. And if I had to guess, I would probably take this trade to the downside rather than to the upside, just because we hit the previous target here and we're just kind of chopping sideways. Doesn't mean that we can't come up here though, if the market cooperates, and take that guy out right there. But until we do so, this right here is kind of your new low, where we got below the 10 and then we closed above it. Otherwise, if that doesn't hold, then you've got that little area right there. AEHR, you can see how we tried to go higher and then we pulled right back and took out this previous low, and now we got buyers back in here, and we tried to take the 10 back today, but we failed to do that. AEO has earnings here on the 1st. Same story, basically filled the gap and then we pulled back, and now we're trying to bounce. Aflac, let's see, Aflac, yeah, just look at this, dead cat bounce, they pulled it back, or another dead cat bounce, and then they pulled it back. So maybe now, since we're below the 10 here, see how I tried to take the 10 back here, and then seller stepped in and just rolled this thing down. I would look to go short on this one to 68.40. Shorts haven't been working, keep that in mind, just like longs really haven't been working. So be quick with your trades. AMD still holding support here, and we got above the 10. This one looks good. This was your entry right here, the 2-2 reversal. This 82.44, and if you sat through this today, which was pretty volatile, congratulations, that was pretty tough. But looks like it's headed in the right direction. Amazon still, after running the target, pulling back, just going sideways. BA's been strong. Look at this. We came down, we touched this level of support, and we still have buyers right here, and we put in a new high today. So for those of you who traded BA to the long side, congratulations on that. Best Buy, same thing, up, pull back, and now we're trying to bounce. BKR still holding up, put in a new high the other day, and I actually got out of this trade. Just one of the very few still holding up, in my opinion. Boot, you can see how we tried to go higher and then they pulled it right back. BSX, same thing, ran to a new high, now we're pulling back. Would love to see this thing get back up here and retest this 48.87. Still in this trade. It's very, very small position, but still in it. CF, we ran and we took out all this right through here. Nice little move right above the 10, and they just moved it all the way up to 91, and then they sold it off right into earnings. There you go. There's that earnings theme again. CSA, we ran, pulled back, doing nothing below the 10. Crowd was a good trade today. Got back in once this thing took the 10 at 113, and I was able to squeeze a couple bucks off of this, and I sold it at the end of the day just because we have earnings coming up, and again, we are in the chop. Take the money in the chop as fast as you can. Same with Docu. Got back into this one, regained the 10. Want to see it get up here to this 68.27. Doesn't mean again that it will, but I like how it's holding this previous breakout here, and we still have buyers. Would love to see this run not only past 69, but also up to 77 in earnings. It's possible. They've been running that stuff. Ford doing nothing, chopping, not even interested in it. GE still holding up. Look at this, just consolidating sideways, and looks like it's about ready to put in a new high, possibly tomorrow at 84.03. Good trade. GM, same thing. Let me fix this. We came down to this level right here, and we held the previous breakout, and then we tried to go higher right here, and you can see how it sold off one day, and then it kind of paused, and then they took another go at this thing. And now I believe that actually, no, still hasn't hit this target over here at 43.24. Pretty dang close though. Google put in a hammer today, but it's been pulling back really hard. Google has let's see, that was hit, that one was hit. So if that doesn't hold, you're looking way back down here to 85.39. HPE put in a new, tried to go higher today, and they pulled this one back. Still have a position in HP just because earnings is coming up, and I'd love to see this thing get back up to 17.22. INMD, you can see where buyers stepped in today. Had earnings on, earnings today before the market, and they just took this right back up. Looking to see if we can get through this area of resistance through here. Intel just going sideways, needs to get above the 10. JP Morgan is still strong. A lot of financials are still strong. One of them that is just as strong is Morgan Stanley, and I actually don't have that on the list here, but this was one that I had talked about earlier, and you could see how it failed to break out right here, and then it could return to the previous low on the 10. It never got there. Buyers stepped in and they just reversed this thing. Financials holding up. Let's see. Macy's still holding that level of support. Meta pulled back to the 10. Buyers stepped in. The question is, can buyers still continue to drive it up back up to 197? It looks good, but you know, looks can be deceiving in this market as well. Oracle, we found this level of support right here. Buyers stepped in, Had you traded the short, that would have been your target there or right there. Because this was your previous low off the 10, and you can see that we hit that and then we just went sideways and then they took it right back up. So now if you're trading it long, that would be your target to the upside. PCG just going sideways. Starbucks, same thing, sideways. Buyers are still here. You can see how we took out this previous low right here, and then we went inside day, and then they've just been taking it right back up, and they filled the gap. Let's see if we can get back up here. Tesla is just an amazing stock. It just keeps finding buyers. People came in, they sold it off here, and then they stepped in and just drove it back up. If you're testing or trading it to the previous high, this would be your target, 214. You can see it's still gapping up after hours here at 8:30 or 8:21 Central Time. So yeah, buyers are still there. People love their Tesla, man. X is still chopping in this area right through here. Previous low, still in this one. XLF, same thing, just chopping sideways. One that I traded today for the first time is Net. Saw this one. It's been on my radar for quite a while, and ideally I wanted it to come back down to this area right here, but we didn't even do that. We got right here to this previous breakout right there. You can see it right here, and look at this. They took out 1, 2, 3 targets today. I got out at the end of the day. I just took the money because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And maybe this thing gaps up, maybe it doesn't. But just looking at what we have here for the futures, you can see we're getting pressure again, right? This is what I mean about the chop, right? Just when you think you have the momentum to the upside, this kind of stuff happens. Now keep in mind, we have a long time before the market opens tomorrow, and that could all flip green. I have no idea. Just take the money at the end of the day if you're right. If you're wrong, just get out. Short trades and trade small if at all. As always, if you like the video, please comment or give me a like. And until we meet again, I'll see you on Twitter. Talk to you later.